You are now listening to the National Show with Gainstaville and Magee. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. Hey, all right, No Nation. This is the National Show with Magee and Gainstaville. Make sure you follow us on our brand new Linktree page, which is at linktree.com/NATIONOLESHOW. Follow all of our social links at that spot right there. Make sure you like, share, and comment, and keep us rotating in all the forefront of your FSU football news, man. So here we are, back again, yet another Friday, and the subject at hand is, you already know, it's football for Saturday.
First off, thank you for doing that Linktree thing. That makes life easy.
Yeah, for
Linktree/National Show, man. Everything right there. You have access to everything.
Right.
Also, got the mic fixed. It was Gainstaville's fault. I sounded like shit last time. He's the younger person who understands the tech. He told me it sounded good. I trusted him. He lied. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're not here to talk about tech issues or anything like that. We're here to talk about football, my guy.
Football.
Yep. You want to talk about last week's game first, and then we can get into everything going on, everything else, from last week and this week. Let's get it out the way. All right, let's talk about
that. Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's exercise our demons. You know what I mean? Let's let it all out. It's very nice to see the defense play like they gave a shit.
Yeah.
Right? It's the one thing I can say that's positive, because ultimately we didn't look that great. We got to win.
Yep.
Thank fucking goodness. I was worried we might not get any, but like I'm just like that. I know it's the bare minimum. I'm not supposed to applaud anybody for doing what's expected of them, but they played like they gave a shit, and I appreciate that.
Agreed, man. They played like they gave a shit. They was out there flying around, making tackles, moving on the ball. Even on the offensive side, I can say our offensive line looked a lot more communicative. They looked a lot more into it at times, giving our, running game more breath, giving our quarterback more stability. We still just, I want to see from the offense what we saw from the defense, but at the same time, I will say I like to see something that we can build to grow on, because them first couple of weeks was just nothing, bro. It was like nothing. It was just flat. So to at least come out and see some type of spark, some type of life, it's like, like seeing that family member in a coma, and then you walk in and that pinky go to twinkling a little bit. You're like, oh, okay, we got a little something. You know what I mean? We might wake up. You never know. You know what I mean? It's potential, but like you said, man, it's still nothing to brag about.
I don't want to give anybody credit for doing the bare minimum, which is trying, but they did the bare minimum, and I appreciated that they put forth effort, because they hadn't always been consistently putting forth effort prior to last week. Now, I want to once again ask you, after seeing what we finally saw on Saturday, what's the impact Alex Atkins has on this team?
What's the impact? Who?
Coach Atkins has on this team.
Man.
Is this his credit to him because he wasn't there for the first three and now he's there?
Just like I text you,
people behave a little better when the teacher's there and not the substitute.
He
that kind of
secured the
situation.
bag. He secured the bag with this game, pretty much.
Oh.
He secured the bag with this game. He gone. His bag is packed right now. You know what I mean? He got the house on the market. He's looking for a new car, new colors. It's people emailing him, texting, calling him right now. Hey man, you want to come on down to FIU? Come on down to Georgia Southern. Come on up to DuPont. You just never know, man. But he sealed that with that, because to go from what we went from the last 3 weeks to, and I'm not giving them too much credit because they didn't, do a lot or whatever.
But I'm asking you, does he deserve some credit? He deserves.
Yes.
Not gonna get.
Yes.
Deserve.
Yes. He deserves.
Okay, so he deserves some, and he's going to get a lot more than some.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go.
Well, I'll tell you what. If they somehow mess around and end this season and only have 5 losses on, after losing the first 3, he deserves the job.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't get the job elsewhere, he at least deserves the raise internally that is enough to get him to say no thank you to any outside job.
Right.
Whichever route works out for the guy. Yeah. Clearly he deserves it.
He's valuable. Yeah. He's like up there with Coach Odell.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that was always the benefit to not having to pay players, is that you had a ton of money to pay coaches with. And that's how Alabama stayed Alabama. They always had the top tier available coaches. Come on over here. Come on, hang out. Come on down here, hang out with us. And Ohio State or some of these like top tier universities had the budget to have 6 guys with NFL coaching experience prepping these kids for the NFL. Therefore, these kids were getting drafted, and therefore makes the school look good. They get more talent coming in left and right. It's good. It's good
all around.
I mean, having a big, talented coaching staff is the difference between the big school and the small school more than anything else.
And it's a lot to manage. I think it's more to manage as a college head coach than it is as an NFL head coach, because the NFL is strictly business. You know what I mean? College, you got so much more going on. It's so much more with the competition versus 32 teams, 100 plus teams on the market or whatever, different conference alignments. These kids are younger, dumber, making stupider, more mistakes and stuff or whatever. And now they're having to act like professionals with the whole NIL being intertwined into it, that adjusting to coaching and recruiting and everything, man. It's crazy. Right. It's crazy.
The business side of it, like if you put it into business terms, the college head coach is straight up CEO of a business, just like Gainstaville is the CEO of National Inc., right? I work for him, I'm just the chief content guy, chief content official. I'm the director of vibes around here, The college head coach is the CEO of a business. Whereas if you're the NFL head coach, you're focused on one aspect of that. But you're basically a division head, and that's a fantastic place for some people to be, right? Some coaches thrive at let me just focus on the X's and O's. And then other coaches are wired perfectly for the CEO role, for having a finger on everything from who's playing and what positions they're playing to what colors they're wearing and who's given what money to wear and everything. So it's a whole different job, man. It's a whole different job. So that's interesting that you brought that up. Let me ask you, which one would you prefer? Would you rather be a head coach on the NFL level, or if financial rewards completely equal? We're taking that out of it, right? We're not talking about salary or anything like that. Are you wired more for an NFL head coaching job, or are you wired more for the college head coaching job?
I would definitely say NFL over college right now, man. Just in the sense of, even before, it's hard because it's like hitting a reset button every 2 to 3 years with players graduating, and then you having to recruit and replace those players, and then you're recruiting with, I know it's 100 teams, but at least 30 different major programs that you're out there recruiting with from the best talent out there, man. So, and then it's ongoing, like year round. Like at least with the NFL, you got your draft once a year. You dibble and dab in free agency during the off season, and then after that, you ain't got to worry about that. You just worry about re-signing whoever you want to re-sign, but you get those players that you can keep for 6, 7, 8 years. Some of those golden players may even stay for 10 plus years or whatever. But overall, you get more contingency. And then if you do need to plug and play, you just grab something out of free agency or grab something out the draft the next year or whatever. Versus in college, man, it just doesn't stop. And this NIL has driven up the recruiting process because, like one of my friends say, you used to just have to recruit high school players. Now you got to recruit high school players and your own team every single year.
And every player on every other university's rosters too. You know, you got to keep an eye on everybody. Everybody. It's crazy.
Everywhere, right?
I want to say that I'd prefer the NFL gig, right? But I'm like, I like doing a little bit of everything. I don't know. I might want the college gig where I can empower one person here, and just check in with everybody and then start back over it. I just keep checking in with everybody. And, you know, I don't know. I think I'm wired like that I could be effective if I'm putting the right people, if I have the budget to hire the right people and put them all in the right place and select the right people and all that, you know. I think I could do that.
I'll say this, just you watch about as much sports news as me. Out of all the coaches in the sports, which one seems the most stressed out right now?
Yeah, I'd be that. You know, I mean, let's be honest, Mike. I'm not like banking on a long life here, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm wired for the college gig, man. I wouldn't do shit. I wouldn't call plays. I wouldn't do this. I would have my defensive coordinator, my offensive coordinator. I would have my recruiting coordinator, my fitness coordinator, my booster, liaison, my NIL guy, my every single thing, and I'd have two phones, and I'd be dialing the next call as I'm finishing the one. Be like, all right, well, good talk. All right, well, I'll talk to you later. Boom, next to the next department. Just check in with every department head. I don't know. I think I could handle it like that. I'd have a nice little office.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, FSU, call me if this Norvell thing doesn't work out. You hit me up, baby.
Oh man, I hope not, boy. Hopefully this year's. Wait
a minute. You don't think I'd be good at the job?
No. It's not that I don't think. I think you would be great for the job.
Thanks.
I just hope Norvell doesn't work out because that just means some more darker days ahead in the future for us.
I'm just joking. I obviously would much rather have Coach Norvell at Florida State than me at Florida State. Trust me. But if Valdosta State needs a guy, call me.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. And ideally, I'm thinking about this year is hopefully this is a blip. Like maybe, okay, this is, a blip. And then next year we can get the grease back rolling. But overall, man, it's like I said in the offseason, bro, the main position that I'm worried about is quarterback position. I feel like with Jordan Travis a gem? Was he just like a lottery ticket versus like at least one thing you can depend on when Jimbo was here? Every year we're going to have a decent quarterback behind center. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He may not be the best, but he's going to be and we're going to have another one behind him ready to go if that one doesn't work out.
If DJ's out there playing quarterback this season, does that mean we're not finding out what we have in the quarterback room? Like, do we have the guy to take over the position? Is he a sophomore? Is he a freshman? Is he sitting there? Do we want him out getting reps, or do we not want him out there? We don't want him getting fucking drilled by all these other teams. Like, we want to, preserve those aren't. But I mean, what's up? Is the question is the starter of next year in the future in the quarterback room now, or are we about to do this again? Are we about to try to bring in next year's quarterback this offseason, whether it's via the portal or recruiting. Like, is he not in the room yet? And like,
and I don't want to get in that loop right there, though, man. I don't want another junior, red shirt junior, another senior to transfer in next year and be a quarterback. I want us to go through the developmental phases.
Yeah, but if the guy's not there right now, we don't have a choice, bro. Like, it's not really that option. It's not up to us. You know what I'm saying?
That's what my question is. Why are we consistently in this situation where we don't have anybody to back up our starting quarterback? You see what I'm saying?
Well, you and I don't know if we have somebody, that's developmentally heading in the right direction yet right now. But like, the coaches are there. I think, like, I would think that with what's happened through 4 games, if we had a potential quarterback of the future kind of guy, we would have seen him for a few drives by now, and we haven't seen him. Right. So I'm wondering if we don't have him in the room, and if that is the case, get ready to do this again. Get ready to throw a fucking enormous bag at. What if, hey, maybe we go fucking crazy. Who knows? Maybe we catch the right guy.
Damn, bro.
Maybe we catch the right guy. We might have to do it all over again, buddy. Get ready.
This is a problem that goes back to Willie Thaggart. Like, if you cannot develop the most important position on the field,
unless we do it right this time, and we get Arch Manning, or we get the Cam Ward, or we get the fill in the blank.
I get that.
I'm just saying we just didn't. Just because it didn't work doesn't mean it doesn't work. No, it means we messed up and we threw the bag at the wrong guy. We didn't throw the big enough bag out. We threw the wrong bait into the fucking lake. Right. What do you do when you throw? Florida State fans know how to fish. What do you do when you throw the wrong bait out? You pull it back in, you put more bait on the hook, and you throw better. And you do it again.
What have we been doing as far as recruitment with quarterback position? How can you have 5 or 6 quarterbacks on your roster year after year after year, and Jordan Travis is the only one that's been good? That's my point, bro. Everyone that's even transferred out,
they had to be better than Jordan Travis.
Would have been, but even his backups that have transferred out have been bombing out where they've been transferred to. Everything we got on our roster right now is trash. I agree wholeheartedly.
We think. We presume.
My point is, if they're not trash, then we would have seen them come into play right now with the quarterback play that we've gotten or whatever. You know,
I think we would have also. I agree,
that's what I'm saying.
But we might. We're not. We can't be. There could be other reasons. There could be other reasons that they didn't put them out there yet. There could be conversations.
I talked about that, like NIL, money. Right. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Money.
Had to keep. I mean,
and I get that. If that's the issue, then I will cut back. I get that. Okay, maybe you can't let the young buck get on because it
might get real expensive for next year.
Yeah. I get that, and that's the aspect I do want to talk about. But
it's a whole new business
from us, though, bro. Like, even if we do get we get Arch Manning, hell, that's awesome next year. I still want to see a young buck out of high school, a young buck that
we need both. And we need to hit on both. Like, both have to be worth it. You know how nice it is for Texas to like have an injury and then have a competent alternate, like it would be very nice to have a competent alternate, have a couple guys that are good. And I really, but right now I'm curious. I'm just curious. Like, I would like to see some of the other guys on the roster, but I don't know that any of them are worth watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a weird situation,
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Maybe we got to go. Maybe we got to go to Tallahassee and watch a little bit of practice and get our own eyes on it. But real quick, side note, speaking of Tallahassee, hope everybody's safe. Hope everybody's okay. Right? Like, that was brutal. That was tough. It sucks when that shit happens, man. Hurricanes are real things. Florida gets crushed every once in a while, and that was a bad one. Tallahassee often gets missed. You know what I mean? It frequently misses Tallahassee. But this is like 2 in a couple years that have hit Tallahassee pretty hard. So hope everybody's okay, all of our friends and family. And I've checked in with a few people. So far, so good. You know what I mean? But hurricanes are real things. All right. Listen, let's talk about the rest of the games that we were talking about last week, right? And then we'll get into this coming weekend. All right.
Yeah.
I very specifically went through and checked everything. We were pretty good at this. All right. We were pretty good at giving out picks last week. We were wrong about Nebraska. Right. We both were saying Nebraska would cover 8 against Illinois at home.
I saw that. Yeah.
That was a tough loss in overtime for them. They're bad in overtime historically. I think they're better. I think they're a pretty good team. Right. I don't think we've heard, like, I think at the end of the season, they'll be in the top 25. They're now unranked after losing that game. Illinois went up to 19. Whatever. We were wrong about that one. And I think largely because of our bias, we were wrong about NC State plus 19 against Clemson, because Clemson went out and did what, they were supposed to.
Up. Yeah.
They, that's a couple weeks in a row. They put a lot of points up. They have gone from 21 to 17 now. They're ranked. We were pretty spot on though about Louisville covering that 11 points against Georgia Tech. That was more you. You talked me into that one, so thank you very much for making me a little bit of bread. Louisville is now 15th in the country, and they got a big game this weekend. We'll talk about that one with Notre Dame in a minute. USC, Michigan, right? Michigan was plus 5, and then they went out and won the game. That was surprising. We were wrong about that too. The Utah OK State thing, that was weird, where you could have got both teams plus points. It almost worked out. Utah ended up winning by 3. Had they won by 2 at the time when we did the pod, had we bet both sides, it would have worked out. I didn't do it. I didn't understand it. I thought it was weird. It was basically because whether or not Cam Rising was going to start. He ended up not starting, and they still won the game, though. So yeah. Keep an eye on Utah, man. If they can win games without one of the best quarterbacks, and that's a big game. That's OK State. Like, that's a big game. That's not Boise or something. So watch out for Utah. Maybe we got to take them real seriously come playoffs and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then Miami plus 16.5 points at USF. And you were absolutely right. They covered that easily. Easily. 50-15. I am so happy I listened to you. That was fucking fantastic. Miami is now 7th in the nation. Crazy. And then the game that we were both excited about, I mean, I shouldn't speak for you. The game I was most excited about was Tennessee at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Lived up, bro. Like I told you, Tennessee is like a sneaky national championship level football team this year. They were getting 3.5. They were underdogs. I said, bet them on the money line. I jammed that shit. I took the extra, a little bit of payoff. They won that game by 10, 25-15 at Oklahoma. They are now 5th in the country. Going into Oklahoma and winning a big game, man. That was huge.
Yeah. Huge.
Yeah. And then the only other game we talked about last week was ours. Cal was plus 2.5, and we covered. We covered the spread, won by 5. I didn't bet on it, but a lot of people I know did, and I got a lot of texts saying, "Finally," So that was good. There's only a few games on the board this weekend, though, and I'm interested in hearing your take on each of them.
Okay.
Virginia Tech. We kind of sneaky, like, before the season. We're like, oh, they're bringing back a lot of starters. But right, they're still Virginia Tech, apparently. They're getting 17.5 points to come down here and play at Miami. Now, when the spread opened up, it was 7.5. And that shit has moved 10 points. I don't know if there's an injury or something on Virginia Tech, but that's a huge move.
Yeah.
The question is Miami just going to keep rolling teams and just putting up 50, 60 points every week?
This week they is. I don't know about for the rest of the season, but this week they are, man. That's why I've been saying, like, their schedule is made for the team that they have or whatever. Like, You give them our schedule, you give them Florida's schedule, or stick a couple of SEC teams on there, and you never know what you might get. They might stumble, they might alter, but they don't have any teams on the schedule that'll battle test them. You know what I mean? So I don't see Virginia Tech as being one of them this weekend. So
they're not going to get more than 20 points, and the potential for Miami to get over 50 is high. So.
Right. And then, like I told you on the offseason, this team is put together from top to bottom. The only thing they was missing last year was the quarterback position, and we saw that when they went toe-to-toe with us at our best with a true freshman in the majority of that game last year or whatever. So, yeah, they are a good team. I'll give them their props. I'm just talking on the needle between good or greatness, like I'm not comparing them to the old 02, 03, 2000, those years. Those are just completely off the map, but I wouldn't put them up there with them, but I would still say that they have a freaking good ass team put together.
And they seem to be getting a little bit better every week. And if that continues, maybe at the end of the season, we are having those conversations.
And they got the right quarterback through the portal.
They certainly seem to be the best team in the ACC right now.
Oh yeah, by far.
We'll see what happens with Clemson too. I mean, I think Clemson's getting a little bit better every week or two. So.
Yeah.
Actually, let's talk about the Clemson game. That's a easy transition. Stanford, ACC powerhouse, Stanford, visiting Clemson. Clemson is now 17th in the nation. Stanford's getting 22 points. So I'm going to ask you the same question about Clemson that I just asked about Miami. Are they going to continue getting 50-plus points every week? Because they've just done it 2 weeks in a row, right? 3 weeks?
Right,
2 weeks in a row.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This was a toss-up. I'd probably still bet on Clemson to win, but the margin, how much they giving them?
22. Hard for 22, sir.
I don't know. I don't know. I probably take those 22 points on Stanford. I don't know. I bet that I'd take that one.
Stanford has a little pride. They're traditional. They have a history as a team.
Right.
Yeah, okay. This is the public betting the number up, etc.
I could see them winning, but maybe 17, maybe 18 points, but 3 touchdowns on Stanford.
Plus,
I don't see that. Yeah. Plus, I don't see that.
Let's stay in the ACC real quick. Really, there's only 5 games I want to talk about. 4 of them are ACC games. So let's stay in the ACC. Louisville, now 15th in the nation. They're getting 7 points at number 16, Notre Dame.
I don't know, man. That's a toss-up right there. Because Louisville, they keep a young stud at quarterback every year. Notre Dame still, I don't know, bro. I don't know on that one.
I like those points, man. I'm a little scared of Louisville on the money line, right? Like I'm a little scared about who wins the game, but 7 points is a full touchdown. And I kind of see this as a last possession kind of win. So the most anybody's gonna win, like if the team who has the ball last or close to last, whoever scores last wins the game. The most they can win by is 8 points. 7 is more likely than 8.
Right.
And it's more likely it's less than 7. So long story short, I love getting 7 points on a football game. Especially when I think Louisville's pretty fucking good. These two teams are going to match up well with each other.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. I like Louisville plus the points.
Yeah, I have to agree with it.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to the game everybody wants to talk about, other than the two of us. Right? We have one game that we care about a little more, but this is the big one this weekend. Obviously, number 2 versus number 4. Georgia at Alabama. Thoughts? It is essentially a pick 'em. You could, if you shop around, you could get either team plus a point if you wanted. But it's essentially a pick 'em. So
clear cut to me, bro. It's Georgia. This Georgia all day long.
clear cut.
The
It's
only
not even.
reason-
It's not even a conversation.
The only reason it's close is because in the minds of the bettors, they still have the Alabama allure going that Nick Saban has left. This is going to be that one wake-up call where Kirby brings everybody to reality that Nick Saban has retired, y'all, and I am still coaching because, boy, yeah, they about to run. Because everything they got is running on pride. Oh, we've never lost to Georgia here. We haven't lost at home, blah, 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 blah. But when you put with the product that's been on the field, man, and Alabama, not to say that they're a bad team. They're not a bad team at all or whatever.
I forget the guy's, what's the new head coach's name? The guy who was at Washington who's won at every level, everywhere. He wins everything.
Yeah, and nothing bad to him because he's a hell of a good coach.
And he's been preparing literally since last year's national championship game, and he got hired, a couple of days after that. Yeah. He's been preparing for this game. This has been circled. This has been the circled game.
Of course. But
I don't know, man. This is
loaded.
It's a home game for Alabama. It's this dude, like it's this dude's chance to.
But Georgia
I don't know.
Is loaded.
I know Georgia's loaded, but they haven't been playing great every week so far.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see.
We're on opposite sides of this, I think. We should think of something to bet. We should think of something to bet one another on. Dinner next time we see each other or something like that. We should think of some sort of stakes. Because I think, first of all, I think a lot of people, I think the public is with you that Georgia is the bet here. And I like being on the other side of the public play. So I'm gonna bet Alabama because against you. I'm not putting real money on them. I got other things I'm putting real money on here. Let's do that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I think Alabama's gonna win the game at home somehow. Now, do I think Georgia's the better football team? Yes. But I think somehow Alabama wins. It is in Tuscaloosa, right? They're not doing some neutral field or anything like that.
No. Yeah, it's in Tuscaloosa.
Because if they're playing in Atlanta or something, that's a different story. No,
you give this guy another after this season, another season. If he's still there at Alabama, I think he will be, great then. But then
you'll start giving him the credit he already deserves because he's one of the greatest at his jobs ever. And that's why he got hired at Alabama.
But this is his first year in the SEC, bro.
Okay, first year in the SEC. I get it.
And that's I'm just saying, bro. Like you going against top tier right now.
Okay.
Kirby finna pull bags out the trick when it comes to coaching.
I love it. I'll take the new kid on the block. Yeah. I'll take the new kid on the block, and you bet on the standard. You bet on the standard. And we'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it plays out. Someone's buying somebody dinner. That's all I know. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be delicious.
Yeah. All
right. Last one on my list. Like I said, it was a short list. 5 games.
Yeah.
Florida State plus 6.5 in Dallas at SMU.
I don't know, bro. Like, I want to say go Florida State, and with his plus 6.5 is a no-brainer. It should be a no-brainer. It should be a no-brainer towards Florida State, but I mean, I still haven't seen enough consistency from us for it to be a no-brainer. So I'm gonna say no. The jury's still out on this team right now, man. The jury's still out.
I'm in the same boat, bro. Like I said, I'm really happy that we saw some desire out of the defense last week, and I hope it continues. I hope it spreads. I hope the rest of the offense has it. I hope the coaching is inspired. I hope the play calling is right. SMU is gonna come and this is their Super Bowl. They are excited. They got Florida State coming to town. They get to, yo, this is why we're in the ACC. This is what we wanted. We put our money where our mouth is, and now we have to deal with the repercussions of getting what we want. Going into this year, the whole fucking point was that we fucking stomped on the neck of Cal and SMU this season, right? To send the message, be careful what you ask for, because sometimes you get it. And we haven't been that kind of team. We eked a victory out against Cal. We didn't really go out there and crush souls like we were supposed to.
Right. Totally.
We haven't been soul crushers lately. We haven't. We talk about it every week now, man. And it sucks talking about it, but like, I don't see like a desire. I don't see like motivation to go out there and just be fucking great. And I'm so happy I saw guys that actually wanted to play football last week, but that's not enough. It's not enough. That's not enough. Right. You got to want to do your job. You got to do your job right. You got to want to fucking excel at your job. You got to do all three of those things. Right? All three of those things have to be the case because you're representing Florida State University, man. We've been doing this shit for fucking decades and we're supposed to be fucking good at it. Right? You got to want it. You got to want it. The question is, does our team want it enough? And they could go in there and fucking win. There's no reason for that Florida State can't win the game, except for if they don't fucking want to fucking be great. They want to be great. There's no way SMU can beat them. But we're not the only people that are worried about whether or not they want to be great, and that's why they're getting fucking 6 points on the fucking road to SMU. Right? It's just fucking crazy. There's no way I'm betting this because I don't really have faith that Florida State's going to keep it close.
All of that.
God, I fucking hope they do. Hope they do. Like, fuck, do I want to win this weekend more than ever before. Like, this is weird, man. This is just weird. And I want it to get back on track. And I need to see it happen right fucking now. I need it. Or I'm going to I don't know. I'm going to lose it. Fuck it. It's going to be bad, man. It's going to be bad for my health.
What's killing us over is that it's like the system is broken, bro. It's like we have all of the tools that we need to succeed, but it's like if you don't have what puts them all together, if you don't have a program or a system into play, then it's nothing but tools running them up. That was shown in the Memphis game. We got far better, superior athletes than Memphis had, and they still was able to come in and win against us or whatever. That just shows a break in the system. That shows you that all a team has to have is an identity, a system put in play, a system, a network of brothership and you know what I'm saying, contingency, and that's all they need to beat us at this point because we don't have our shit together. You know what I'm saying? So until we get our shit together across the board, this is gonna be it week to week, man. And like you said, I gotta see more of what we saw last year, but collectively overall throughout the team. Hell of a good job for our defensive line. They came to play the first time or whatever, and I give them credit. We was playing some good offensive lines the first couple games or whatever, but you go against good competition week in and week out or whatever. That's not an excuse. Have to get our system into play, bro. We have to get our identity into play. These are our key plays that we got to run successfully, that we know we're going to have success on every time. These are our key people that we're going to put in key positions. We don't even know who the hell we're going to throw to third and long.
It's weird.
You know what I mean? Like we're
not having
two people.
Right. Now it feels like we just haven't figured it out. And that's what's fucking crazy. It's the fourth fucking game of the season. Fifth game of the season. Like, how do we not know who the comfort spots are? How have we not gotten in a little routine with the tight end or with... It's just weird, dude. It's just weird. It's not supposed to be like this. I'm losing it, bro. I don't expect...
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Right. 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 All of that. All of that.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I don't know.
Oh,
all right, man. Well, listen. Why don't you wrap it up, man? Why don't you give them a little pep talk? A little pep talk. Feel like they need some motivation. It can't be too polite either. I think they need like a bit of a kick in the ass, you know? Like, yo, you fucking won one. Good. You did the bare minimum. I think they need a little fucking, you know, like, help me out or help them out. Help us out. Help everybody out. Help the world out.
Listen up. You think you did something? You ain't do shit. You ain't got the balls to do shit. You ain't got the nuts to do shit. You ain't got the shit to do shit. You ain't earned shit. You have to earn something this weekend. You have to elevate. You ain't nothing but a maggot trying to be a fly right now. And we need you to be a fly instead of being the shit the fly just took off on. Can y'all do that for us this weekend? Can you do that for Unc? Can you do that for us?
Oh my God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die live on YouTube. Oh my God. Oh, I fucking love you. Oh my gosh. Oh,
I had to feel this week.
It'll be worth it. I want to die like I want to die laughing my ass off. That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Oh, man.
All right. The National Show is a co-production between Broham and BYAPN. BYAPN. My God, you almost killed me, bro. That was fantastic. It can be enjoyed. BetYourAsh.com or on the Bet Your Ash feeds on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. We got to get our own. We'll do that. I'll get on it ASAP. Also, what we do have our own of is some social medias. You can get to all of them at Linktree/National Show, NATIONOLE. And you know how to spell show, SHOW. And you can check out Gainstaville. He also has a Linktree. I guess I need one too. His is /Gainstaville, and it will take you to all of his social media spots, and you can get to all of his music. The new album just dropped, Desperado Code.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, pretty dope. Pretty dope. I like all the artwork, and I like the little clips of songs I've heard. And bravo, my guy. So please go check out the Desperado Code on all the platforms, all the different platforms it's available. Stream it on all of them. Like it on all of them. That's how you help Gainstaville. And if you want to say hi to me, I'm on X. It's at DJ Maniac McGee. Another thing I should probably change because it ain't like I'm DJing anymore. That's it, right? Anything else I forgot? National.com. We have a website. It'll get updated soon. NATIONOLE.com. I think that's about it, right?
Yeah, that's it, bro.
All right, well, go Knowles.
Go Knowles.
And you have just finished listening to The National Show with Gainstaville and Magee.